And I let her know that at half that she had some work to do in the second half, and came out and I just saw that she got seven. Must have got seven because she got 10. Um, she's somebody that's still feeling out this level, Grant, with the physicality that's obviously different from her high school experience, but from where she was in August to where she is now is almost night and day. She's going to be a really good player in this league.
Uh, First time to 20 wins in like 19 years or something like that. I know you're probably not big on that, but is there something to that 20-win barrier for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it gets talked about a lot. I mean, that's a whatever a milestone usually for a season. Jeff is 20 plus wins. You had a good year. I'm hoping we get to the point where that's the norm, and we see what we can do above that. Um, I also want to make sure that I do celebrate those kind of things with this group. It's the first time we've done it in a long time, and I'm proud of them and the direction that they're taking us. But we're getting to the point where we want to win this tournament is what the goal is.
Last question right here.
Jory, when we talk about recruiting, we always talk about length. Was this game a great example of what length can do for you?
Yeah, I think so. And we've obviously, if you can see from us recruiting, and I know Grant, all the kids we recruit over there in Minnesota, but that's something we put an emphasis on here in the last few years since we got here. It takes you getting a little bit better to be able to get the kind of kids that you need to get to the next level in a league. And so it's a process. But I love the young players we have. I love the young ones we have coming in. I love the kids that we have committed. There is size, length, and athleticism there. You just have to compete with the top teams in this league.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
No, we don't need that. Sorry. They changed. Yeah, we're just prepared for later. Joining us from University of Denver Women's Basketball Program, head women's basketball coach Doja Woods, student athletes Emma Smith and Jordan Jones. Reminder of the press conference procedures. We'll do an opening statement from coach. We'll take questions from the student athletes, release the student athletes, then come back to questions for coach. Please wait for the microphone before you ask your question and just make sure to state your name and your affiliation ahead of your question. Go ahead with your opening statement, coach.
First, I just want to give North Dakota State a lot of credit. I thought Jory's done a great job with his team from start to finish this year, so great job to them. I think with our team, again, as I told him in the locker room, this has been a frustrating season, not a disappointing season. Those are two different things. I'm really proud of just the way our sophomores were able to lead us from start to finish. Most people in the conference have a little like 5th year, 6th year, kind of in that top group, and we've been led by 3 sophomores. 2 of them are sitting here all year, so I'm just proud of the way we've really owned our core values, resilience. The R in progress is resilience, and that's how we've been all season. Again, like I said, I'm not disappointed. It's frustrating. I know sometimes people think like, oh, you're always this positive. The team could tell you it just ended and we're already literally ready to get back in the gym. But proud of the way that we were able to show up. And if there's anything that I appreciate about this team, 26, is really just our ability to show up and compete. Whether we lose by 30 or we lose on a buzzer shot, we never think that we're out of the game. And I think that's how we played it and how I've coached all season. So again, credit to North Dakota State. Proud of our team. Be open for any questions because I'll be here as long as you have me.
Thanks, coach. We'll go ahead with questions for the student athletes.
Madison Van Mulligan with Reaching the Summit. Jojo, you played 38 minutes today. That's pretty consistent with your season. You were all-league second team this year. Can you just talk a little bit about the perseverance and the fight that your team had today and throughout the season as well?
You know how our coach mentioned, like, that's been a thing throughout a theme this whole season. One thing about this team is that we will never quit if there is time on the clock. And so I really credit my teammates to that. It takes all of us, all 14 of us to keep fighting. So.
Emma, you were all-league honorable mention this season. And as coach mentioned, with your group of sophomores leading the team, what does that award mean to you after your season?
I mean, it means a lot. I think we've kind of, through these past 2 years, we've kind of just had not really an excuse, but to say, we're young. We kind of lacked that experience, but I think going into these spring workouts and into the summer now, we have that experience now under our belt, and we can really use that to our advantage and hopefully use that to bring our other teammates with us and hopefully lead just in a better way than we have. I feel like we've shown up every day and just kept encouraging people, but now we really have a lot of games under our belt to really push our team forward and to just help us throughout the next 2 years.
This is for either of you, Greg Mitchell from the Summit League. That third quarter, a comeback, is that something you guys can focus on over the offseason, kind of that perseverance and how you're able to come out of the half and fight like that?
Yeah, I would say so. I think all year we were trying to come up with a 40-minute game. So I think that really shows a lot of resilience on our part, being down 11 at half, I think, to come out and to really just, keep pushing. Obviously, they're a team that can, they're pretty consistent, so it can be hard to kind of go on a run against them. So I think that just really, like we talked about before, credits to our resilience as a team. So if we can just keep pushing on that and just remember that going in next year to know that we're never out of a game, I think that, yeah, that's something we can definitely build on.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Yep. We'll do last one up front here.
Jeff Kopak, Forum Communications. Jordan, did their length make a difference, their height, or how did it make a difference?
I think they use their length really well. I feel like they try to intimidate teams with their length on the defensive side of the ball. But we've been working all season, playing off 2 feet, being sure, using ball fakes, So it did have a little bit of a difference, but definitely not too much.
Thanks, ladies. You can head back to the locker room.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we'll go ahead and open up for questions for Coach. Go right front.
Coach, you mentioned in your halftime spot with Darren that you felt like you were missing some defensive spots and opportunities. Can you talk a little bit about how you felt like you executed any adjustments you wanted to make in the second half?
As you mentioned earlier, both Jordan and Emma had to play a lot of minutes for us. We definitely want to be a team that can get up and pressure. We're not able to start the game that way just because we're averaging close to 40 minutes a game. But we usually reserve that for the second half, and I thought we came out and hit some of those defensive assignments. We let having get too comfortable that first half, especially out the gates. But I thought third quarter we came out and in some ways probably just ran out of gas. Fourth quarter, we've been limited bench wise, asking those kids to do a lot of things. But I thought third quarter we really came out and executed, and that's what you saw us play them even that way.
Can you talk a little bit about Lauren, Michaela, and Emily and what they've meant for the establishment of your program in the league and the development over the last year or two?
I'll start with Lauren because she was with us for a year. I give her a lot of credit. She was actually going to go somewhere else, and we had some changes in our roster, and she came and spent her last kind of COVID year with us. She's had some ups and downs, but I think she's done a great job in the locker room, just trying to bring some experience and some leadership. She gave us the ability to play different, right? Her and Michaela are two different types of post players, and I really like that different balance that we could play. Emily, I'm not saying too much about her. She's coming back. She's coming back for a COVID year, so I'm really excited about that. She's the only player on our roster that our staff didn't recruit. She was here when I got here, but she's probably the most bought in, the one that probably believes in us the most as a staff. And to be able to have her for another year, I'm excited is probably an understatement. And I'm going to tell you, like I told Michaela in the locker room, I twisted my hair. I did 2 twists today, so you can't see it, but every single gray hair I have, she's responsible for on my head. But I'm really proud. It's been an up and down time for her here, and I truly believe in coaching. Players and coaches are brought together for a reason. I don't care what her stats say that she was here, but I know she's made me a better coach, and I've made her a better person, and that's the most important.
Any other questions for Coach? All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.